Jackie here, and today I have a TTC update for you. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I have talked about, I'm not going to do a weekly TTC update anymore, like was my original intention with this channel, just because it became too difficult. What I have decided to do is to update you guys monthly, and at the end of each month I'm gonna do just a dedicated sit down to TTC. So I originally was planning like each cycle doing that, but my cycles are sometimes 20 days, 33 days. I've had 90-day cycles before. They fluctuate so much that I can't really just say, hey, I'm gonna sit down at the end or beginning of every cycle and update you. The end of the month, no matter where I am in my cycle, I'm gonna sit down and make a video about it. So I currently do not know what cycle number I'm on. I know since my surgery is when I started like numbering them from 1 and on. I will look it up and I will let you guys know. I'll probably either put it somewhere here in the video or it'll be in the description box. So let's talk about this cycle. I've got my phone, which has notes in the calendar and all that good stuff. So yeah. So today's August 29th and I am currently on cycle day 45 with a bunch of big fat negatives. Yeah, so I'll be honest, I wasn't very hopeful this cycle, just due to a lot of things. I traveled during this one and not really realizing that it was going to be, like on prime dates. According to both apps, or all 3 apps that I use, I left the day that those apps said that I would likely ovulate. Before we get into all of that, let's back it up and let's just talk about the cycle from the beginning. So cycle day 1 was July 16th, and Shark Week was only 4 days this time. Probably technically 5, and I just didn't put in the last day because I usually spot one day at the end, and I don't always put that in on my apps. So yeah, the cycle previous to that was 90 days long. So I don't even know when that one started. Let's look it up. April 17th. So pretty much before I left Alaska, I started a cycle, and it did not then, I didn't have another one until after we were pretty much settled into this new house. Wow, that's always fun. Not really, but hey. So then I left so that cycle, I did not tempt this cycle. I didn't use OPKs. I didn't do any of those sorts of things, just because we have not seen the new doctor yet. And I just kind of figured, you know what, we've been relaxing, even though the previous cycle was so long. I just want to continue with relaxing and not worrying about it. I did, keep track of them in my apps just so that I would have that information for when I do go and see my new doctor. But I did leave town on July 29th. I went to Minnesota, which was cycle day 14. And according to this app, which I'm looking at Fertility Friend right now, cycle days 15, 16, and 17 were kind of like 15, 16, 17, 18 were kind of like my prime days according to this app. And I'm pretty sure, or at least I was pretty sure, that I had ovulated on either cycle day 18 or 19, because you kind of know, the longer you're going through TTC, you kind of know, there's just different signs that your body gives you that point into the direction of ovulation. Everybody's are a little bit different. I don't get ovary pain like some people do. For me, it's more, like CM, like my cervical mucus and that sort of stuff. I know it's gross and TMI, but that's kind of how I know. And so things just kind of seem to be pointing in that direction. And I actually got home from Minnesota on August 3rd. So I was kind of like, oh, maybe we didn't miss out on this. And so, obviously we baby danced before I left town, thinking that we were going to miss those days, and we wanted to make sure that we baby danced plenty before I left. And then since I thought that the ovulation came right as I was coming home, we baby danced quite a bit when I got home as well, because we're kind of like, oh, maybe we have a second shot at this. And then cycle day 33 was the first day that I tested, which was August 17th. So it's been just about 2 weeks. I took I took a test before that, because that's August 17th is when, so cycle day 26, so 3 weeks ago almost 3 weeks ago, I took the first pregnancy test of this cycle and I got an evap line. I've never gotten an evap line. I've never gotten any sort of line on any test ever. So like I was kind of hopeful, like my hopes got up really, really high. I was kind of freaking out that whole day because I was like, oh my gosh, what if this is it? And I took a picture of it. I sent it to a couple of friends and they were like, I don't know, it might be an evap, it might not be, like test tomorrow, let's see what tomorrow says. And every test that I've taken since that evap line has been negative. So it was heartbreaking to have something there and then like nothing. And I'm talking like very, very clear negative tests, like not even, like I couldn't even see where like the line should be. You know how sometimes you can see where the line is supposed to be? Like I didn't even have that. So, and if I wasn't so like once I started getting the negatives, like I deleted the picture of the evap line because I was like, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to see it, nothing. So if I still had it, I would insert that picture, but I don't have it anymore. So yeah, so now we are on cycle day 45 and I have no idea when Shark Week is coming. I just am, I mean, I'm prepared for it, but I just don't know when it's coming. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I, at this point, usually when when it's time to test in my cycle, I do my best not to go crazy with testing. I'm not gonna lie, this cycle I did go kind of crazy with testing just because like I had the evap line, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe, and then it was like, well, maybe my, you know, numbers aren't high enough yet and it just needs some time to register and da-da-da. And so I did kind of go a little bit crazy, but since then I've just been doing like, been testing, I don't know, I'm probably at the point of I'll only test once a week now until my cycle comes. Just to be sure, you know, those sorts of things. But I have no more hope for this cycle, that's for sure. It's been we're 45 days in, like that's just, no. By the time you're seeing this video on Monday, because I don't think I'm going to get it up on Friday because we have so much going on. It'll be cycle day 52. Or according to my app, it'll be cycle day 4. So when I put this video up, I will in the description box below like let you know if Shark Week came or not, and what cycle day I am on as of posting the video. So it's just, I feel really, really defeated at this point. It has been since March since I took any sort of fertility medication, and I'm pretty sure that is playing a role in my cycles being so weird or long. I don't know. And it's gonna probably be a while before we get in to see the doctor again. You know, with my insurance, like I have to go to my family doctor and get a referral. There's a few things that I have to do with them to get a referral, and then I have to find the doctor that I want, which I've been researching reproductive endocrinologists in the area. I have it narrowed down to 2 that I am interested in seeing. And my plan when I, you know, get all this stuff done and get through the referral process with my insurance company, is to see if I can't go and have a sit down with both. That way I can just kind of talk to them, you know, see, you know, explain where we are on our cycle. You know, I've got all of my records or copies of my records from Alaska. They'll get the actual originals once I pick an office. Just because I kind of want to see like which doctor is going to work best for me. Because I really do feel like when it comes to TTCing, your relationship with your doctor is very important. I don't want somebody who's all, you know, rainbows and butterflies and is, I shouldn't say I don't want somebody that way. I want a doctor who's optimistic and, you know, is rainbows and butterflies and is excited about this, but at the same time is also just going to have those moments of like, hey, we need to level and we need to discuss A, B, or C and what's going on here. We might need to look into this further and not just keep pushing the hormones and keep pushing the treatment and keep, you know, and those sorts of things. Because if you have taken any sort of fertility medication, then you know that it takes a toll on your body. I mean, you're pumping your body with hormones and it takes a toll. You go through mood swings. You can get, you know, I get headaches sometimes. And it's just difficult. And to be perfectly honest, I also don't want a doctor who's going to start from square one and say, let's start over with Clomid and try from there again. So, you know, because I've done Clomid, I've done Femara, and the conversation that I had with my doctor in Alaska was moving on to injectables, even though I'm afraid of needles. I'm not really looking forward to that part, but I do have an amazing husband who would help me out with that. So, but I don't want to start over from square one. I want to start from where we left off. And, you know, and talk about our options with that. So, you know, that's why I want to, you know, just sit down and have a conversation with the doctor before I say, okay, you're going to be the doctor and you're going to be the person that we move forward with. You know, also do our personalities clash? That's, you know, or do they mesh well? That's important to me. I had a family doctor in Alaska who I did not see them very often because I typically went to my fertility doctor for things. I only saw them if I got sick, and a lot of times when I got sick I went to urgent care, so I didn't see my family doctor anyway. But like before we left Alaska and I had to have, you know, a physical done for the company my husband works for, you know, like our personalities didn't clash. Like he made me cry, he made me feel like a horrible person, he said very rude things to me, and I didn't like that. And I had to see him twice before we left, and like the second time around, like I made Josh come with me because I was like, I can't do this by myself. And like, I mean, even when, you know, my doctor walked into the office, like, I mean, I was visibly shaking because I was afraid of him. So that's important to me as well. You know, if I don't want to be in a situation where I'm afraid to go and see my doctor. I mean, that's a long conversation for like, hey, I don't have an RE yet, but I found two that I like, and I just need to, you know, I just want to meet with them and see how well we mesh and see kind of what their plan is and what they think is the best move for us at this point in time. So yeah, so that's just kind of a big rant for that. But that's where we are. So like I said, I will leave in the comments below, or not in the comments, but in the description box below, where I am cycle day when I do post this. I think it's going to be on Monday. I don't think I'm going to get it up by Friday. We just have a lot going on. I mean, it's Labor Day weekend, and yeah, quite frankly, guys, we're going to go to the beach and have some fun with our friends. So we're really looking forward to that. But yeah, that's all I've got today. So I'm just gonna end it there instead of rambling. I miss you guys. I know a lot, you know, it's been a little bit since I posted my last video. Please just bear with me while, you know, I'm going through some things in my personal life and I'm trying to film and get what I can up. So, yeah. And with that, I hope you are having a joyful day. I will see you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.